Surely Shadow of the Tomb Raider will be better, right?
I'm so stupid.
I set myself the goal of 100%ing all 3 Tomb Raider games from the Survivor Trilogy. And after the first game from 2013...
Man, I suck so bad, but it's fun.
and Rise of the Tomb Raider...
Surely I won't get hit by them this time around, right?
The third and final game in the trilogy is up next. I do recommend watching the previous 2 videos first for more context on the story and the additional drama, because boy oh boy, there's been a lot. This time around we have 99 achievements, including the DLCs, and thank God no online trophies at all. I played this back in 2019 and some of the achievements are already unlocked, but do not worry, I kept the best for last. We have to play on the highest difficulty, where the game only saves at fire camps. Play for an hour, die before reaching one, and we go back and redo everything.
Man, I just finished the tomb and now I have to do it all over again.
That includes the story, all collectibles, and of course the DLCs, which I was just way too blind to distinguish from the regular side missions. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, this actually made me want to quit. If you want to see more content like this, a like and a subscribe means a lot. And because that sounds just like an incredible amount of fun, let's jump straight into it. The game picks up exactly where Rise left off, and Lara is in a cave. But that's not new information for Lara. What is new is that the cave looks incredible.
Oh, that looks so cool.
Someone at Eidos Montreal decided that if Lara was going to keep ending up in terrible situations, at least they should be beautiful terrible situations, right? And I respect that commitment. And another commitment that I respect is how amazing the characters are looking in this game. You can totally see the difference. But with that being said, we reach an ancient temple. There is a mechanism which Lara accidentally triggers, and the temple collapses. And once again, she needs to run for her life, and I have to say, she's pretty consistent, I'll give her that. At least this time we'd end up in Mexico, which is objectively better than a Siberian gulag. And this, folks, this is the last moment of the entire run where things feel manageable. And I did not know that. To be fair with myself, there was no indication. To be fair to the game, there absolutely was. In Mexico, we have 2 objectives. Solve the puzzle before Trinity does and tail Dr. Dominguez through a street festival without being noticed. The festival, though, is gorgeous. The crowd, the color, the sound, the design, someone actually spent a long time making this feel like an actual place, and they succeeded. It is genuinely one of the best opening sequences in the trilogy, and Lara is about to do something deeply irresponsible in the middle of it. We follow Dominguez to an excavation site. There's no way in, so we go through the jungle instead. And here we find our first enemies and we make sure to loot everything. Everything. In a way that suggests Lara has been planning for this for a while. We're having a good time, at least for now. And the for now is doing a lot of work in that sentence. In the next section, we're gonna get a taste of what deadly obsession actually is. In this area, we're gonna get the first important relic that's gonna change the entire course of the game. But to do so, we need to get to the top of the Maya temple. And that is way easier said than done.
Take him into the ruins. Should be far enough out of earshot. No, please, don't make this hard.
What?
I will hate this so bad because I know how many times I usually die in this type of games.
Before you draw conclusions, and I understand if you've drawn them already, Deadly Obsession removes all path markers and disables survival instincts completely. Some of my deaths were the game genuinely not telling me where I'm supposed to go, and that is a fair death, a defensible death. But this right here has no excuse. I died because I checked my phone. I made a choice and Lara made another one, and neither of us was right. When we finally reach the top of the temple, we find an ancient dagger. The dagger is connected to a chain of catastrophic events like tsunamis, earthquakes, and literal reforming of the world. It requires its matching box to be handled safely. Without a box, removing it starts the apocalypse. Lara had this entire information, and what she does? She chooses to take the dagger anyway, and the temple starts collapsing immediately. In retrospect, the temple collapsing was a sign. This was the moment the apocalypse begins, and Lara spends the rest of the game blaming herself for this, which, fair play, because she started it, right? The exit leads to Trinity's excavation site, where the combat begins. The environment opens up, is fun, and then...
She's killing our people! Fuck! Copy that! Target sighted! You're just one person! So much trouble?
Jesus, something explode on your end?
I hope that's all of them.
Well, I hope so too. Jesus Christos. No way. I can't believe I died. I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid.
Take him into the ruins. Should be far enough.
I'm not playing anymore. I'm from the very beginning. Just in this round, I lost 1 hour.
Here.
How's it going with that pump? Answer me! You finished with that?
Come and help me get these lights ready.
Operation Blackout has been initiated. None of the local workers leave the site alive.
Ah, fuck.
We've planned for this.
What the f?
Perimeter secure.
Just look at this. Why the f am I here? Why am I here? My character is over this and under that, so it's like... I can't see anything. I can't do anything. Oh, wait. Oh, I can walk like this. Oh, wait. I can walk like this. See? See? I'm not crazy.
Fuck. Nah, don't worry, I'll fix it.
Almost loaded.
This is taking way too long if Dominguez has to wait for us when he gets... We're taking care!
Let me try to loot. Can I loot? I can't loot. Oh, I can loot. Wait. No, I can? I can't. I can? Let me see.
Maybe you have to get to a cinematic or something.
To be quick.
Cinematic. It's even worse. What the f is this shit? Oh my god. And I'm gonna die now. I don't know if I'm happy to die or not. I can't heal anyway. Like, what am I supposed to do?
I hope.
I believed going in that Shadow would fix the things that frustrated me about Rise. This was optimistic. Dominguez finds us, takes the dagger, and tells Lara, in some detail, that she has started the apocalypse and a tsunami is coming. But Lara doesn't believe him, and that is understandable. It is a large claim after all. But then the tsunami arrives. I want to be fair to Lara, there is no reason to assume he was telling the truth. The tsunami was, however, an extremely compelling second opinion.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
After the tsunami, we're back to present in the Amazon, where the plane crashed. There's a distress flare, which means that at least one person survived. But first, we find a camp where we can finally save our game. After we recover a knife, the bow, and a radio, things start to feel manageable. The radio picks up a signal from Miguel, who's our pilot. We move quickly, we find him, but more specifically, we find a part of him. I want to linger on this for a moment because the game presents it as is something you simply encounter and move past. And this is not something that I moved past particularly quickly, especially after this node.
Ayo! Guardian of the Forest. Rumored to kill male humans on sight, but takes the females to its cave for mating purposes. Come on, I wanna see this monster. Most likely it's a horny cat or something.
We find out who did it almost immediately.
What did I say? Where are they?
Yes, that's it.
Why is she not moving? She okay? This game is so bugged. Why did I go closer? Just die. It's bugged. The fucking cat is bugged. And now I died and have to take from zero again. I wanna cry. I literally shoot at her like 6 fire arrows, so she took a lot of time of damage over time from the arrows, and loads of fully charged everything. Like, that cat is not dying. Oh my god. Oh my god.
We also locate Jonah. He's entirely in one piece though, so at least that's good. Given the circumstances, this felt almost unreasonable.
Maybe we should
Ew.
give him a name.
Okay.
Eli?
Eli.
My cousin. He's always trying to get under my skin.
And we are trying to find our way towards civilization. But before that, there's a flashback of young Lara and her father who shot himself. This is already established in Rise, but the game reminds you of it here anyway, in more of a detail in case you had somehow moved on. It lands less as new information and more as context for everything Lara does, which is, to be clear, a lot of things a normal person would not do. Once Lara wakes up from her nightmare, we continue to push forward towards any sign of civilization.
This is rusty. Don't get distracted, Mendez. What are we looking for here? Anything that moves. Anything that doesn't. They still didn't find that relic. I'd love to be the...
I died. I don't think Oh my god. And my game crashed.
We finally reach a village where we meet Abby. She's gonna help us solving puzzles, giving us a place to stay, and showing us around.
Have you tried any of our local ceviche yet? It's a specialty.
Not unless it grows in the jungle.
Oh, don't tell me you missed our famous fish trees.
Yo, I see some flirting over there. Abby and Jonah.
So, are you and Lara...
Nope.
Colleagues.
But you two can be, definitely.
So, you're not...
Oh, no. Nothing like that. No, I'm, pretty single.
Interesting.
Interesting. He's single and ready to mingle. Yoy.
This is the area where the game starts to open up more. We have side missions.
Wait, this guy is watching football, but a match from Argentina versus I don't fucking know who, because he mentioned Maradona and someone named Castillo. And I know that Castillo was also playing at Argentina.
More explorations, merchants, and many more. I have to say, Shadow of the Tomb Raider is genuinely beautiful. The jungle environment alone justify the runtime, but we have to go through various Trinity camps, puzzles, and even piranhas to continue our journey. And eventually, we reach an abandoned village. We help a boy, we get attacked, we fight, we survive, and then some locals who, against all expectations, speak our language. They also cover Lara's face and take her somewhere. That somewhere is Paititi. The game presents this as a grand reveal. It is a grand reveal. I was not prepared for how long I was about to stay there. I'm going to spend a long time here. More than I planned, significantly more than I wanted. This city is beautiful. And this is not going to make it easier. During my exploration time, I also managed to find enough vestige outfit pieces, and crafting them unlocks 2 achievements. Unfortunately, as you've known or seen so far, Steam is extremely moody and sometimes the achievement is bugging out.
Oh, it's so cute. Oh my god, and it's not showing again. Como te llama? Pet 5 llamas.
What's this? Like, there's no... My game is completely bugged, is this?
Look at her. She's looking like she's about to hunt you in every single lifetime.
Oh, lockpick. From here, the story is clear. Find the box, stop the apocalypse Lara started, and try your best to survive. I want to be honest about Paititi on Deadly Obsession. Getting every collectible and completing every tomb is genuinely brutal. I have replayed the same sections enough times that they've stopped feeling like challenges and started feeling like a commute. Especially when it comes to the DLC tombs. I know already every platform, every enemy, exactly where I'm going to die next. On this difficulty, a single mistake sends you back to the last campfire, and in some sections, the campfires are placed in a way that only I can describe as intentional. I died enough times in Paititi that I stopped writing it down. Thank God, the number is always on the screen. At some point, it stopped being a challenge and it became a relationship, an unhealthy one. And then the story introduces a new character. His name is Amaru, and he is the leader of the Kukulkan clan. He is also the brother-in-law of the Queen Unuratu. We find out that the Minges is Amaru, a member of Paititi's own people. Not a Trinity villain who happened to find his way to this place. Is actually someone who came from here, left, joined the global paramilitary conspiracy, and came back to reshape the world at the cost of everyone who lives outside of this city. After loads of side quests and exploration, Edsley points us to a tomb where we can find the missing piece that Trinity does not own. As soon as we manage to get the key, unfortunately, Edsley gets captured by the cold. We return to Unuratu and she points us to the mountain temple. The problem is, that is Kukulkan clan's territory. More precisely, we need to get to the barracks. And so we make our way through loads of enemies and we finally reach the door. Unuratu manages to save her son, however, she gets captured in return. And the next area is extremely spooky. We hear all sorts of noises and see shadows moving all around us. The problem is, we don't see anyone until we are being ambushed by one of those creatures and then fall into some sort of an arena. After loads of enemies and loads of climbing, we finally get to a large area with a gigantic door. And behind that door is where the silver box is supposed to be. The problem is, getting there, we need to unlock 2 doors while also fighting through loads of enemies. Once we manage to open the doors, we find out that the creatures are actually not following us inside. And the reason for that is that they are the protectors. Their mission is to protect the silver box until the chosen one comes and pick it up. And with that, another problem arises. The box was actually stolen, and the door falls to a foreshock. And because of that, the protectors are thinking that this is a sign that I'm not the chosen one. And so we need to run for our lives, but this time we are being chased by hundreds of those creatures. The structures are falling. We are being shot at with spears, with arrows, and everything else. But luckily, we managed to escape successfully and we return back to the camp. Here, Jonah already working on a plan to save Unuratu, and they came up with the best possible plan. Lara will have to infiltrate the cult by dressing up as one of the priests. We managed to find and save the queen, however the sacrifices already started. While we're trying to escape, we find out that a missionary from Spain named Andre Lopez stole the silver box, and there might be a clue about his location in the Emperor's tomb. And that's where we're heading next. Unfortunately, the Queen dies and her last words are asking us to protect her son. Eventually, Lara loses her equipment and has to move through a combat area with only a knife. This is mechanically extremely stressful. Later, we get a new bow and hallucination arrows that makes enemies turn on each other. And I cannot overstate how much I literally enjoyed this. At a certain point, the hallucination arrows stopped being a tool and started being a philosophy. I used them when I didn't need to. I used them out of habit. I used them out of joy. There is nothing wrong with this. But what comes next is the section that almost broke me. And it wasn't even a boss fight. It wasn't even a difficult enemy. It was a room. Trinity's facility. Major combat area. I die once, not from an enemy, not from a trap, but because I cannot figure out where to go. The game has removed path markers. I respect this in theory, but in practice, I replayed a large section because of this. And I'm not even going to lie, that one strong in a specific way. Not this game is hard, but more like I am lost and the checkpoint is far away, and I have to make decisions that led me here. And I also found the perfect representation of how deadly obsession is, and how it made me feel throughout the entire journey. And I'm not even going to lie, this is 100% accurate. But we push through, and we literally have to fight against waves and waves and enemies while also being shot out from a helicopter. Oh man, it never ends. Once we manage to pass that entire ordeal, Lara is completely lost and has no idea how to proceed next in order to find the box. However, Jonah manages to help out a little bit, and we figure out that what we were looking for was completely wrong. As in, we were looking in the wrong place. We actually need to look for Christian holy site, and so we start moving forward towards San Juan. Once we arrive here, the first item on the priority order is doing some exploration, and by doing so we manage to unlock underwater archaeologies for collecting 5 underwater artifacts, as well as hunting and looting rare animals for legendary hunter, and last but not least, crafting special ammunition 50 times for on to go. Moving forward, we managed to find a hidden passage under the church, which is full of puzzles around Jesus' journey towards the crucifixion. And you have to make sure that you get the right order of events, otherwise... Once we manage to get everything in order and open the final door, we finally find Andre Lopez, who's still holding the box after so many hundreds of years. But as you might expect, Trinity is here once again, because they're always here, right? And the next parkour section. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. I need to say something about this game's platforming. It is the worst in the trilogy. On Deadly Obsession, there are no markers, which is a design choice, and I understand. What I cannot understand is Lara refusing to grab surfaces she should clearly be able to grab. Ledges that are there, hooks that are available, surfaces that she grabbed before in the same session moments ago. Now she decides not to. I died many times, not because I made the wrong choice, but because Lara looked at the correct choice and said no. But once we managed to escape this entire section, we finally get to the point of no return. But before that, we'll make a quick stop and try to clean up as much as possible. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I also tackled a couple of DLC missions and even witnessed the coronation of a new king. When it comes to the DLCs, there is 7 of them. Each one is a self-contained tomb with its own story, its own traps, and its own complete refusal to let you leave. These tombs mentally exhausted me to the point that I didn't want to pick up the game for days, even weeks. The first DLC mission that we tackle is the Serpent's Heart. Following a failed rebel uprising, Lara has to infiltrate a high-security mountain fortress controlled by Trinity cultists to save captured rebel soldiers. This chapter highlights the political corruption inside Paititi. Lara must navigate a brutal gauntlet to expose the High Priest who betrayed their own people to cooperate with Trinity. It's time for the second phase of the tomb, and in this one we need to help the rebels survive and run away from the cultists who are continuously chasing us down. As a preparation before the next tomb, we make a quick stop to unlock all skills in 1 categories and to complete 8 side missions. The next DLC is the Grand Caiman, a massive mudslide near San Juan threatens the villagers, drawing Lara to look into an awakening local deity. Lara discovers that Trinity has manipulated local religious myths to activate a volcanic, trap-filled tomb dedicated to a ferocious deity. She must stop the excavation before it triggers further destruction. The first part of it is actually not that hard. We just have to find our way through a couple of Trinity members, kill them, and at the end of it we will acquire a crab. From here onwards though, it turns the weather and the environment into the puzzle itself and unlocks the trophy for the first section completed.
Now what? Through the door, I guess.
With the first phase completed, we move along to the second one. And this, oh my god, this was one of them that completely ruined my mental because I've died so many times. I just wanted to quit. And once that's done, the last achievement of this tomb is finally unlocked. Before we gain the confidence to go in another DLC tomb, we make a quick stop to finish all the main game challenge tombs, as well as obtaining all Conquistador treasure chests. Pray for my sanity, but we're joining another DLC tomb. This time around, we will experience the Nightmare. Looking to aid the rebellion with a defensive edge, Lara sets out to find a mythic hallucinogenic poison called White Breath. Upon firing the poison, Lara is heavily dosed and forced to navigate her own mind. She experiences horrific hallucinations of her past failures, her parents' deaths, and her fear of destroying her friends, while exploring her deep survivor's guilt.
Do it!
What?
Whoa, what? The pain. End it!
This tomb integrates music and sound into a structural puzzle. You must align ancient gears and push massive stone columns to restore missing pieces.
The White Breath.
She found it.
Here, the white breath. I can't believe how much Etzli has grown in such...
Next DLC is the Pillar. Lara ventures into the dangerous path of Huracan to secure the shield of the Age Maker before Trinity can claim it. This shield serves as sacred, undeniable proof of Queen Unuratu's divine right to rule. Retrieving it provides a vital moral and political victory for the Paititi rebellion, helping validate their fight against the cult. This tomb turns the weather and the environment into the puzzle itself. Lara must navigate high, wind-blasted structure where you have to time your jumps to match dropping wind levels or use rope tether mechanisms to temporarily block the wind currents. You have to move quickly between safe zones before the wind blows Lara off the cliffs.
She's got the goddamn shield! Fucking shoot her!
The next DLC is The Forge. Lara joins her friend Abby to follow a heathen map left behind by Abby's grandmother. The map leads deep into a lava-submerged ancient Maya forge, where she uncovers a legacy of fallen gods and discovers that Abby is a direct descendant of the ancient architects who built the structure, grounding Abby's heritage in the region's ancient history. This tomb relies heavily on natural gas vents. Lara must shoot fire arrows into gas clouds to trigger controlled explosions, which physically launch massive weights, swing platforms, or shift structures into place. This requires a high-stake timing. If you detonate a gas cloud while standing too close or fail to jump into a moving platform the exact second it swings past, Lara will fall into the surrounding lava or volcanic traps.
tied to this place and its purpose. Here, I want you to have this for all your help. And before you say anything, it's customary, so you kind of can't say no.
The last DLC that we can complete before finishing the story is The Price of Survival. Lara hunts down a stolen and coded cipher wheel belonging to Amaru, aka Dr. Dominguez, the leader of Trinity. Decoding the wheel reveals that Amaru wasn't always a cult antagonist. It exposes a tragic history with his deceased brother, Siri, showing that Amaru originally turned to Trinity to obtain food and resources to save Paititi from a devastating famine. Similar to the Serpent's heart, in The Price of Survival, Lara must align broken stone channels and turn massive dial pillars to carve out connection pathways. At the end of it, we can see Lara returning the wheel to Amaru as a sign of empathy. And with this, we need to finish the story in order to unlock the last remaining tomb. Also, not to forget, Made to Endure for taking down 10 enemies while endurance is active. On a funnier note, I also shot a turkey with a flare round for Thanksgiving. And finally, the last mission starts. We have to go through waves of enemies, not just Trinity, but the monsters as well. Loads of parkour in order to reach Dominguez and start the ritual of reforming the world. On our way to do so, we managed to find the goddess of protection as well, which ends up in a unpredicted alliance between the two. And the creatures are no longer attacking Lara. And I have to say, this is one of the most satisfying moments in the game.
Jonah, change of plans. I'm bringing.
But this doesn't mean that it's over. This means that Lara, alongside those creatures, are going after Trinity and all its members. After loads of waves and pushing through while trying to survive, and trying, it's kind of a strong word, we finally managed to reach the top of the temple. And this is the final battle. I have to say that the fight is not that difficult, but it is a bit complex. So first of all, we have to destroy 3 pillars to interrupt the ritual. After we do so, we will have to fight waves and waves of enemies while trying to take down Dominguez in the process. And this entire hit and run will take approximately 5 to 6 hits, maybe, if I counted correctly. I wouldn't go by that, but fingers crossed I did. And once that's done, the ritual is finally interrupted and Dominguez dies. The only problem about it is that the ritual needs to be completed anyway, and normally the person who should have been sacrificed in this ritual would have been Honoratu. But since Honoratu is dead, we have to take her place. And after we've been successfully sacrificed, the world is saved. I actually thought the entire time that this sacrificial will end up in Lara dying, but she didn't. And with that, we finally unlock the Deadly Obsession difficulty. And boy oh boy, was amazing. After the credits roll, we get a glimpse into what Lara is up to, and she's back at the Croft Manor. Verily, she fully restored it. We totally ready for the new journey. Now that the story is finally done, we can start the last doom. And this is the path home. Taking place directly after the main game's final boss fight, Lara searches for missing Yaxil allies who vanished during the final clash. Lara explores ancient tunnels and resolves ancient protective seals left by the goddess Ixchel. Finding closure, she says goodbye to Jonah and Abby as they depart on their own journey, formally transitioning Lara from an obsessive, vengeful seeker into a protective archaeologist. The finale features the Eternal Reward Tomb, which is massive, grind-like mechanical fortress. Lara must pull levers and use rope ascenders to raise, lower, and unlock interlocking floor panels. And of course, it has its own challenges, aka trial and error progression. Moving one platform often locks another one down. You have to work backward from the exit gate to figure out exact order of how operations are supposed to go down in order to open new paths. And once we manage to finish the last tomb, the next achievements are extremely easy to unlock, and they require just different gear matching. And officially, That was our last few achievements of the main game. And the only thing that's left is the score and time attack. Score and time attack are arcade-style replay modes in Shadow of the Tomb Raider, tied directly to the game's 7 DLC challenge tombs. In these modes, we are racing against the clock or accumulating points to earn bronze, silver or gold medals. Unlike the notoriously strict requirements in the previous game, you only need to hit a bronze medal threshold to unlock every corresponding achievement or trophy in Shadow of the Tomb Raider, making the completion progress much more forgiving. In Score Attack, the layout of the tomb remains identical, but a point counter and a multiplayer are added to your screen. The goal is to reach a target point milestone before exiting the tomb. You collect floating blue wisps by touching them or shoot the red lanterns scattered around the environment to rack up raw points. Gathering wisps or shooting lanterns in rapid succession builds a combo multiplier. The multiplier decays rapidly if you take too long between pickups. On the other hand, time attack drops all collectibles and purely measures your mechanical speed and pathing. Complete the entire tomb puzzle from entrance to exit under a specified time limit. This mode tests your muscle memory and knowing exactly when to trigger a mechanism, leap across a platform, or bypass animation is required. Every DLC expansion comes with exactly 2 identical achievements dedicated to those 2 modes, one for time attack and one for score attack. Earning any medal, bronze, silver or gold, triggers the unlock. Both modes can also be played in online co-op with a friend to make it easier to unlock. However, because I have no friends, I play them by myself. I have to say that this game is fantastic. The platforming and the save only at camp system nearly drove me insane, but it was still a fantastic experience and I had loads of fun. I was extremely shocked to see the amount of bugs that I experienced, given that I really hoped Shadow will wipe my tears after Rise, but I still had loads of fun. What was horrifying though were the DLC tombs on the Deadly Obsession difficulty. I covered all of this right before the final mission, and I have to say, I hated every single moment. I quit the game for a couple of days, even a week at times, just because I didn't want to see those tombs anymore. Thanks for watching, subscribe if you want more, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, bye bye.